Hey everyone, this is Larry with Today I Feel Like. Today we're going to take a look at the NEEWER Z150 mini camera flash. This thing is small. It looks like it's going to be relatively powerful, but there is something very cool that I like about this flash that I want to talk about. So let's jump into it, and here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick look around the box. We can see this is the Z150 mini camera flash. That's what it's going to look like. You can even see from the size of the box that it's going to be very small. But here's one thing that I love about this. You can see 20 watt second power, so it's going to be relatively fast. It has a 3.1 second refresh time, so I believe that is from full power. So if you're shooting at full power, it's going to take about 3.1 seconds to be charged back up so that you can use it again. But if you're using it at a reduced power, say at half power, quarter, eighth, 1/16, 1/32, 1/64, whatever, the recycle time is going to be faster. So we also have a 1200 milliamp hour battery built in, so no external batteries needed. You can plug this thing into a USB-C port, charge it right up, you'll be good to go. Now, we can see here it says zoom up to 35 millimeters, 640 flashes. I'm hoping that 640 flashes means that's what you're going to get with full power flashes. I don't know if that's the case. It might be at reduced levels, but we'll see. And again, you can see it's going to go from full power all the way to 1/64. And so, yeah. And pretty much this is just repeating the same stuff. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box here so that we can test this out and take a look at it. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Alrighty, alrighty. This thing out. We've got some paperwork in there. And we have our silica gel. We always have to have silica gel. And here we have the mini camera flash instruction manual. So if you need this, you'll have it there so that you can go over it and make sure you understand how to use this thing. We're also going to get a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging, so that's nice. And then here is the camera flash. Set that over off there, and let's get this out of the plastic. And here we have it. Look at that, look at that. It looks sort of old school and sort of retro, which I'm kind of digging. I really kind of like that. We have the connectors there. There is some warning information there, a lot of the same information there as far as the batteries, the battery power, 20 watt second, and all that good stuff, the model number. And again, the flash head is here. This is the power button, and then it looks like it says slave 1 and 2, so it looks like maybe this thing can actually be a slave unit. It says S1, S2. I think that means slave unit, so slave 1, slave 2. That may be the case. There is a little sensor right here, so it looks like maybe that is. We can see here there's a dial, so we have our full power right there, and there's a little blue dot. That's an indicator, so it's full power, half power, quarter power, eighth power, 1/16, 1/32, and 1/64. Now, once this is on, it should show you right here on the back what it is. And let's do that. Let's actually go ahead and see if there's any juice in here. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. We have some juice. And if we go ahead and rotate that, we'll see that goes half power, and then quarter power, and then 1/8, and then 1/16, 1/32, and 1/64. And then we can go all the way back here to full power again. So yeah. Now I think this might be right here might be a test button. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put it all the way at like 1/64 so we don't blow our eyes out here. But let's just hit that button. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that because it's probably so quick it may not be showing up on camera. But yeah, there we go. All right. Well, let me tell you one thing that I really love about this flash unit before we go test it out. And that is this thing is compatible with all types of different camera brands. This thing is compatible with Sony, with Nikon, with Canon, with Fuji. I think it's even compatible with like Panasonic and Leica. So you can basically buy this one flash unit, and if you switch camera brands later, or if you're someone like me who shoots with multiple camera brands, you don't have to buy a separate flash for each brand of camera that you have. You just use the same one. Kind of awesome, and I'm loving that. All right, let's go get this thing tested. I'm actually gonna put this on the charger so we can charge it up. And thinking of that, just wanna show you here, we have the USB-C port on the side so that we can plug this thing in. Let me just go ahead and turn this off right quick, but you can plug it in right there to make sure you get this powered up and it's ready to go. Okay, now I'm gonna go charge this thing up fully, and then it's dark outside, so I probably am not going out to shoot right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and take some photos in the morning and we'll see how this thing looks. All right, so I was able to get the flash unboxed and get it powered up and set up, and there's a few things that I really like about it that I want to mention. One of them is, well, the size. And when you pair this with something small like the Sony a7CR, as we can see, it's just a nice compact overall setup. This is great if you're going out for the night and you want to just take a small camera with you and take some photos of your friends or family, whatever. You don't want a big giant flash on your camera. This is going to do it for you. And because it has that adjustable power, it's really easy to make the adjustment so that you can get just the right amount of flash for your photos. Now, as I mentioned, you have that adjustable dial so that you can adjust your flash power, and it's very easy to use. You simply just turn the dial, and on the back of the screen, you will see it go anywhere from full power all the way down to 1/64th, and back up from 1/64th all the way up to full power. It's very, very easy to operate. Now, one of the things that I wanted to test is how the Z150 flash worked as a fill flash, because sometimes when I'm shooting and my subject is in silhouette or just needs a little bit of extra oomph, it's nice to be able to just give it a little splash of light, and this worked out really nicely for that. So there are times when I'm shooting and maybe there's a window behind me and so my subject is backlit. Putting the flash on the camera and being able to put a little splash of light really livens up the subject, or sometimes it just actually illuminates the subject when whatever you're shooting is just completely silhouetted. And that was another thing I wanted to really see, is how well this flash would work if my subject really was silhouetted. Could it put out enough light to really illuminate my subject as a whole? And it did really nicely. I mean, it's not perfect, but it did really, really nicely, especially when my subject was pretty dark and I just had to put some light on it. I didn't even have to go full power. In fact, I couldn't go full power because this thing puts out way more light than I anticipated. Now, that is one thing that I really wasn't anticipating, is that this flash puts out so much light that I had my subject overexposed. And because there's no diffusion on this flash, you're kind of just stuck trying to dial the power all the way down. And when I couldn't get the power to go any lower and I still needed the flash to be less powerful, I just took a piece of white tissue paper, stuck it in front of the flash, fired it off, and that worked perfectly. So I think it would be nice if they shipped this and had a little, just a little diffuser that can go right onto the front of the flash. That could work out nicely. Now, you may notice on the top of the flash there is an S1 and S2 light, and I believe you can use other newer flashes as slave units with this flash. Now, I didn't get to test that because I didn't have another flash I can test with this right away, but I think that's the way this is going to work, is that you can have S1 and S2, or you may be able to set this as a slave unit and have one of the other newer flashes trigger it. Now, there is one problem that I had with the NEEWER Z150, and that is because it's such a low profile flash and sits so low and close to the lens that when I had my lens hood on, the light actually was hitting the lens hood and being blocked. And so when I would shoot pictures and I had my lens hood on, you can actually see the light blocked in my images. And so the only real way to fix that was, well, to take it off. Now, I don't like to do that because I'm someone who leaves my lens hood on all the time, partially for its proper function, but also for protection, so that in case I bang my camera around, that whatever it hits the lens hood first and not my actual lens or the front element. And so the fact that this flash actually gets blocked by the lens hood, it's kind of a problem for me. All right, everyone, well, there you have it. That is a look at the NEEWER Z150 flash, and I think this is wonderful. I mean, there's so much to like about it, from the small size to its powerful output with 20 watt seconds, the adjustable power strength you can get anywhere from a half a second down to 1/64th, the built-in rechargeable battery. I mean, this thing is really just packed with features that will have you loving it, and I'm digging it. So I'm gonna say, for $30-something, you can't really go wrong. Anyways, I'm gonna leave a link to this down below in the video description so that you can check it out and pick one up yourself. I'm also gonna leave links to my Amazon page and my social media contacts so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.